Let's see. Are we getting back online? Hopefully. I'm just gonna.
Start streaming.
Okay. I pressed to start streaming it. Hopefully, okay. I think we're live. Hello. Yeah. Okay. I see the notifications there. Yeah, we're gonna have Mel join us in a bit, but I also have a list of questions. But yeah, Matt was already kind of going through them.
Yeah, I can't see the stream. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, we will. Trying to think. Lacking so much power and fuel. This is so difficult. I guess I can just set up a power generation somewhere. Well, lots of fuzzy noises. What's the best way?
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Lots of fuzzy noises. Hello.
Hi. No, I'm sorry. I don't know what's causing it.
Okay, let's just need to get more fuel, but I'm
Let's
not,
trouble.
or need to get more power. Once we can, so once we can process a few more resources, then we can build an energy plant, and the energy plant will cost 12 fuel. So, but that would allow us to just power a bunch more stuff. How fast is our processing going? It's like not bad. I guess I don't need one of these pods running. Or I could try to get, if there's, yeah, okay, we don't need this pod running yet, so let's turn that off. Let's look at our jobs.
Be live again?
Okay, it looks like we're live. Looks like we're live.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, so I'm trying to. Yeah, sorry everyone. This was not the. This map is taking a lot of my brain power. But Lulu, what? Yeah, I think there's.
Well, I was going to answer System Chalk's question about my favorite literary works and references for writing Titan. Which,
Yeah, let's hear it.
Blade Runner, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is definitely up there. The book it's Blade Runner is based on. I'm a huge Philip K. Dick fan, so pretty much all of Philip K. Dick's sci-fi is like a very big influence. Also, stuff like Battlestar Galactica and the way the like human element is often the most important part of BSG, or at least was for the first 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons. Things like that are like space opera-y, but have like a focus on the human beings.
Neat.
Stuff like, yeah, Blind Sight by Peter Watts as well is one of my favorite space books.
Cool. Yeah, System Chalk. When I go to his streams and he talks about all sorts of writing and philosophy and history, it's a good way to learn things.
Nice.
While you also get to watch him play various games like Hollow Knight or Stellaris.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, my sci-fi knowledge is limited to Futurama, so.
Are you not a big sci-fi fan?
No, not really. But yeah, recently we had like one of our our BYG lunch conversations about the future, about like futurism and space. And personally, I'm definitely I'm more interested in the like history. That's what I was into when I was growing up, rather than like future and like space. And yeah, I think it's interesting how the stuff that you're into as a kid and then how that carries forward in your decisions moving forward too.
Yeah, for sure. I liked some, like, I liked dinosaurs a lot, and
Oh, I love
things like
dinosaurs.
that. But yeah, but that in terms of history, and I really was into like Incas and like other ancient civilizations. But yeah, I was definitely a kind of sci-fi and fantasy nerd from kind of like pre-teens onwards. That was what I lived and breathed.
Cool, cool. Yeah, so how did you first decide that you wanted to be a writer of all the various careers?
So I'm terrible at all other art. It's pretty much the only way I'm able to express myself. So it's always been like a really important thing to me. And I've been writing for pretty much as long as I can remember. I know that's like the usual pat answer, but it is also, I think, usually true. I spent a lot of time reading books as a kid and creating stories. And especially, yeah, it's just something I really like about writing is the fact that you get to put like parts of yourself out into the world that other people can respond to, and that's pretty exciting. I think, I didn't think it was going to be my career. I thought it was going to be, or I didn't think it was going to be my career this soon. I think I assumed I would write as a hobby, and that I wouldn't be able to, be a full-time writer until I had, like, if I sold some books and, made enough money somehow through that to become a full-time writer. So it's been really exciting.
Cool, cool. And yeah, I guess one question that perhaps many people are interested in, or at least I'm interested in, is what is like the process of your work in writing as a writer in video games?
So it depends on both the like project and the specific task. It's maybe not got like a super interesting one way answer. But it's usually, thinking about the characters, how they would, get this information across. I think one of the things I like about games writing is the challenge of always trying to keep the player experience in mind, which is something that's missing. Like, I'm a short fiction writer outside of work, and like that is very much about like what I want to put in, and I do have to think about the reader pleasure, but it's not as paramount. There's a lot more liberties you can take versus with games writing. If a player doesn't like the writing, or it's like hard to understand, then I have fundamentally it's not good writing. So I kind of like that challenge of always needing to keep someone else in mind. It stops me from being too self-indulgent.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's also, I like to iterate a lot. I like to get feedback from my team leads. Andy is like a phenomenal person to give feedback on writing, and that's always helpful in shaping the direction that the writing's going to go into.
How would you do you have any recommendations for someone who wants to write for video games?
Recommendations of games or books, or
I guess like what are kind of steps that you think someone should take to learn to be a video game writer?
I think paying a lot of attention to the writing that is in video games is important. I think building a portfolio is important. I don't really I am pretty anti the free work in your free time kind of philosophy that a lot of the games industry has. I don't know how I feel about any of that, but finding the things you like to write, developing a strong voice, making sure all the voices of the characters you write are distinct, because I think that's one of the most important skills in video games writing, is making sure that a lot of all the kind of dialogue feels distinct and characterful. So that's like the number one skill, and is one of the things you see a lot in portfolios that it doesn't always come through.
So what are the steps that you take to make characters distinct from one another?
So some of it is thinking about like characters I already know and love from media, and thinking about like what influences I want to take, what kind of characters I want to mimic, and some of it is also just thinking about their upbringing, why the way that they might talk. And I do like listening to the other people around me and how they talk. One of the hardest things during the pandemic is that I don't get to talk to as many people as I was before, and I don't get to like listen into incidental conversations. I've had to be like really careful to not make all characters talk like me, just because that's who I'm hearing the most these days. So I'm really looking forward to like hearing other people talk a lot soon. But yeah, basing it on that, finding kind of dialects you like, finding slang terms you think they'll use, little vocal tics, things like that can be really helpful.
Interesting. Yeah.
System Chalk asks, how annoyed do you get at people skipping the description / codex entry / dialogue, and how many names have you scratched into your book of grudges? So I'm actually really bad for this myself. If I'm not specifically playing a game to kind of look at what they're doing with the story, I skip so much text. I am just a terror. I am my own worst player. So I try not to hold anyone to blame for not wanting to read the text. Yeah. Are you like that, Jared? Are you like someone who reads all the lore? You don't have to say yes just because you're talking to me, but like someone who skips like a lot of that stuff.
I read a lot of it. Like even something as simple as like a Pokemon game. I think some of the localization or the dialogue in like each trainer only has like one line when you beat you when they challenge you, and then one line when you beat them. But some of the text you get from that is just so funny. When a game has a lot of like side lore and that kind of stuff, then I might not read all of that. But yeah, I do appreciate games when they have just like funny text that is in unexpected places.
You've covered your bases there. This is definitely a very side lore heavy game. But I love, like, I do genuinely like. Makes me so happy that there are gamers out there who are not like me and who pay a lot of attention to, like, I know Matt is one of those gamers as well who like loves all of the information and like reading everything. And yeah, I love those people.
Yeah, they're the ones who actually look at all the details of the things that you've made.
Yeah, they notice the little things, which is really nice. Thank you, System Chalk, saying he loves the tinnitus line in the ship descriptions. Those are a lot of fun to write. Very small space limitations. Limitations are always like a good place to be really creative.
Let's build some more waste receptacles in the corners here.
So many monetization stations.
It's not enough yet. Okay, then they can get in there. These guys can get in here. And like that. Not the most efficient, but let's see. How is our? We only have one tier 1 mineral. Where are the rest of our tier 1 minerals?
Nice.
You have 28 clean waste, move resources. I want to move resources a bit higher now. We don't need processing so high yet. Push it down, but clean up I'd like to push up a little bit too. So clean up.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hey, it's Mel.
Ah, hey.
You know whose mic's been muted for the past 10 minutes?
Oh,
That's me.
Did you think we were just ignoring you?
Well, I said some things at the beginning and then I just kind of got quiet. This is fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I kept making little like chiming remarks about how you need more credits, and no one said anything. So I was just like, well, maybe I should look at literally in front of my face. My mic is blinking at me, so here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's entirely
Hello,
my
Mel.
fault.
How you
Howdy.
doing?
Yeah,
Fine.
how are things in the Steam chat? Do they have
Good.
interesting stuff to tell us?
Someone's talking about murderous clowns.
Oh, nice.
Steam
There's
chat.
always uncertainty about how many bots win, which is unfortunate.
We are doing things to try to lessen the chances of a bot being the account. So yeah, measures have been taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people might just have weird names, weird account names.
It's true. Yeah, someone brought that up earlier of like, well, if it's just like a string of numbers and special characters, like that's definitely a bot. And I'm like, well, I kind of identify as a string of numbers and characters, so maybe maybe I would have that as a name too sometimes.
Maybe you've been a bot the whole time.
Yeah, that was my
Maybe.
that was my favorite part where we were just I was like in chat +1 if you if you believe we are living in a simulation. That's so I want to see in
That
the
was
chat.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good conversation earlier. The chat has been enjoyable.
Okay, we really need to convert or process these tier 2 minerals, but tier 2. Okay, we got processing. This is too low. Let's push it a bit higher. Okay.
Did Matt give you a custom starting location that's screwed you up?
Oh, we chose our own bad choices.
I see.
Yeah.
This is the rugged something. I wish someone would tell me what the hell the rest of that title is. Rugged something is the name of this starting location. Give me one sec. I'm going to open the spreadsheet. Find out.
Okay, well, we've
This is a
got...
rugged venture. This is our rugged venture
There you go.
map. And yeah, it's tough. There are not a lot of resources.
I did like that earlier. Matt was talking about how when you do dismantle the rock, sometimes they do have some different amounts of minerals and stuff in them. So it's kind of like a little blind box.
Oh, thank you, System Chalk. Yeah. System Chalk asks, what is your most favorite and least favorite faction that hasn't been implemented yet? And please feel free to go into as much detail as you want. I think I'm only at liberty to talk about the Dark Side Dwellers, which is my favorite, just because, yeah, they all are extremely vitamin D deficient, which when I was a teenager, I spent all my years inside and I developed a pretty bad vitamin D deficiency from just being such a nerd, I guess, that I identify strongly with these characters that live only in darkness. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
They have also just pretty different attitudes towards conversion, and are maybe a little bit more sympathetic towards the rebels, and I can get on board with that a lot easier than I can get on board with the Landfallers.
You mean you don't get on board with the people who want to colonize and make the most out of these ruins of a past civilization?
Yeah, and who just convert a bunch of people into mindless employees.
Yeah, I'll be excited when there's representation of people that don't want to make us a bunch of zombies. I'm all for that. There's been some talk in the chat of just being able to join the rebels or something, and I think that would be my favorite. I would love to join the rebels and just say screw you, council, get out of here.
Maybe that will be a possibility one day. Who can say?
Mm-hmm. Maybe you could, but you won't.
we Sister Chalk says, yeah, maybe we can trade with the creepy vampire people. That makes me want the Dark Side Dwellers even more if we're going to call them the creepy vampire people. Like, I'm about that. Definitely.
Team Edward
Vampire
then?
spec. Okay, no.
Okay, sorry. He's not a creepy vampire. He's a pretty vampire.
Lestat all the way. Come on. That, I don't know if anyone is getting that reference, but it's fine.
Oh, you cut out a bit. We don't think we heard it.
Oh. Saying Team Lestat. Anne Rice's novels, The Vampire Lestat, and Interview with the Vampire, they're great.
Uh-oh. My lack of vampire literature knowledge
Same
is...
here. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's fine, it's fine. There was a film with Interview with the Vampire with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and Antonio Banderas. It's great.
Wow. Dang.
Also the only time that Tom Cruise has been attractive, I think.
Whew.
That's Lestat. Yeah.
Dang. Chat, what are the other times? Are there other times that Tom Cruise has been attractive? That's what I want to know.
Oh,
What do I want to set up? We could get money, but after this workday, we will actually be able to get a different kind of building. Maybe a conversion center.
Yeah, maybe. What are you looking at getting done here?
I want to get over here, otherwise I'm gonna run out of fuel.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is a difficult set of things to do. Let's prioritize getting rid of these so we can. But at the same time, like we're gonna need a pylon over here and a command center. Okay.
Ada Stellarum asks, could there be natives to this land? So everyone in the civilization that left the ruins behind definitely is gone. So the closest you have to natives are people who just resettled Titan, which would be like people like Einar Peer, who was one of the original resettlers. So there's not really like any kind of indigenous people on Titan. So some talk was saying that power is sexy sounds like the kind of sticker that Ayana Oak might put up in the office.
Dang, really? Really? Oh, wait, I get it. Oh, the pun. Okay, sorry. Okay,
yeah.
that took too long on that. My bad. Okay, that's on me. Let's see. We need to get to these tier 3 minerals. Let's push processing up. Yeah, we don't have anything to construct right now, so let's push processing up our priority list, and hopefully they will start processing more. We also got we got work in time now, so we will end up at like 1,500 credits after this pay cycle, and then I can use that to unlock something. Maybe the conversion center, or perhaps the office would be like a faster way to do, or
You can't really convert until you get to these ruins and start like extracting artifacts.
Nah, that's a good point. I got all the... Oh yeah, we should also push these priorities. Hold on. Ruins. You don't have anyone doing these ruin tasks. Survey. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just like push the ruin stuff all the way to the top because I feel like the only times that they're gonna do ruin things are when I tell them, and when I tell them, I want them to do it. So it's like, yeah.
True. That's a good point.
But that's just me. Yeah.
You're such a demanding founder.
Gotta get it done somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely want to do more processing. We're gonna... Oh man, we're already low on fuel. We gotta get over to this fuel thing ASAP. To that sinkhole. But we're lacking in tier 3 minerals to build another command center over here. We could just set up a pylon for now. Although that's kind of the most efficient pylon.
You could also kind of just spread out fuel turbines around Like even if it's not next to a sinkhole, it'll still get some of the zethane, but it's definitely not like the longest term hope.
Yeah, perhaps if things go very poorly, then we could try that. Yeah, it's really we just need more. Oh, okay. I can turn one more employee. Convert.
I think you're very valiant for carrying on through this difficult time. Get to this sinkhole.
Trying to yeah, it's a fun problem to solve, like almost like a puzzle. Like what's the best way to get over there and while still maintaining everything we currently have. Yeah, basically I like the reason why I'm not building very much is because we have this 35 excess power right now, but once I set up the command center and another, like the command center is going to use, actually let's see how much is it going to use. It uses oh, it's only 8. Okay, command center is not actually as much as I expected, so we can set up more stuff. So perhaps now is a good time to buy something. To buy okay, we could get a energy depot or a fuel silo. Kind of
It's good to store some up.
Man, storing so inefficient. Maybe a mine actually could be kind of useful because we got this mineral node right here. Okay, let's try that.
Well, that'll probably take a lot of zethane to run as well.
It's 8 energy cost, and we got more than that. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah, so let's do that. Let's prioritize this one, and then we'll try to build a mine over here. Hold on.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we got the energy pylon, and then we'll need another. Okay, yeah, this is kind of close. Yeah, if we could just process these, I guess. Oh, also, I only have one tier. Okay, I think I want to. Once we get. If I could just get another
Lulu,
tier 3 process.
There we go. Lulu, your background noises were coming by really heavily for a long
I'm
period
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've been living on like a busy road.
of
Well, I've done.
How far? I guess this is the farthest it could go, so we could do this one. This one already has some minerals on it. This it's gonna take a while to get over, so let's just set up the mine here. I time. I can't even reach anything else, but I guess this mine will be permanently over here. Okay, let's do that. And then yeah, let's look at our priorities again. Ruins are first, like Mel suggested. I think that's a good suggestion. We do need more artifacts. Oh, this one. Oh, look at this one. You have to pick artifacts on that. That's nice. And so that's going to use 16 to build a command center here too. So then we'll have 19 left, so we can build things that take 19 power. 19 power would be... So in something like this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 power. What do you think? What do you think the next play here is?
You could also, if you didn't want to spend all the money on the fuel turbine, when you get over to that other sinkhole, is just build a factory and put a bunch of fuel fabricators in it.
Yeah. I think you're right. If I could just set up like another factory somewhere else, which has doesn't have to be like right beside a crevice or a sinkhole, and then put fuel or at least a few fuel. Okay, let's just set up another factory over here then. Okay. And yeah, factories are cheap, so but yeah, if we can just get processing, we got all these tier 1 minerals and we could just turn a few of them into other tiers, then we'd be in a good spot, I think. Our money isn't gonna get to 1,000 before the end of the workday, before we have to pay them. Close. Oh, another issue is that I currently only have like one L2 processor. Like this one L2 processor is currently trying to do both isotopes and minerals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll slow down. You could disable the isotope one if you wanted to, just for a little bit, if you really want the minerals.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. So let's do that.
And you could, if you've unlocked the council stuff, you could trade with them to get more credits if you wanted to.
I have not. Yeah, we're always short on artifacts because of the because
the generation.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. This energy. Okay, yeah, we don't really need that energy pylon soon. Yeah, I think I just don't have very many employees to do stuff. Oh, okay, let's try to get that mine going. Yeah, and our logistics of like getting around is not doing super hot either. Perhaps, what did we buy? We bought the mine. Yeah, perhaps the transport hub would have been a better solution.
Maybe. You could also, if you wanted to try to work to get more credits and stuff, and more employees, you could throw in some, like a HR factory where you just have like habitat monetization stations and converting. But yeah, you have to be careful with your artifacts.
Okay, let's see. Let's listen to some suggestions. Oh, okay, this one the voiceover is missing.
Founder, our instruments have sensed enemies in the area. Our main objective should be to prepare defenses. We can construct either a defensive turret or a shipyard. The defensive turret will attack any hostiles that invade our territory. The shipyard offers a more hands-on approach. It will allow us to manufacture our own combat vehicles.
Lulu, I was wondering, like, what kind of inspiration did you have for writing Alexa there?
So Alexa is, well, she takes her name from one of our QA people, but Alexa was created by Laura Mache rather than by myself. But I'm trying to remember now what the inspiration was. But yeah, that one is, she is not one of my creations.
Okay, so yeah, which one would you like to talk about? One of your creations?
Yeah, we can talk about solar, for instance.
Founder, it looks like you still haven't built the transport hub. If you want to improve resource flow around your city, it's the best option.
So solar is definitely that kind of like very eager, highly focused kind of geek who has like a lot of knowledge and a lot of passion for trains and trucks and everything with an engine, but has like almost no social skills whatsoever, and is just like wants to kind of like blah everything they know and have everyone care about the things they care about. Kind of sweet and like a little bit naive, but yeah, just incredibly socially awkward and like not a good person because of it, for sure.
I bet some people around might be able to relate. calling them out.
Just saying. No, I think we've all fallen prey to this when you're really excited about new things you are and you want to talk to everyone about it. definitely found myself in situations where I like can't shut up about the cool new interests that I have picked up.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
loving and an affectionate portrayal of that kind of geekdom, I hope.
Oh, actually, this does work. If I do it this way, this is probably not very efficient. Let's do okay. Output. Oh, this isn't gonna work. No, what am I doing? Okay, let's take this out. Let's take this out. Yeah, let's listen to another one of their lines.
Founder, it looks like you still haven't built the transport hub.
Ah, okay, same
If you
line.
want to improve resource flow around your city, it's the best option.
Yeah, I guess you gotta build a transport hub to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
Eager for that good truck living.
That this way. This way will do it. Yeah, okay. Think about that. Okay. Minerals, output. Here we go. Employee. Okay, there we go. Figured it out. And we put our waste module here too. Okay, nice. I am pleased now. Set that up. Okay, now we are
Nice.
going at a faster time. Oh, we got, oh, sick. Okay, we can even do this. The thing that I wanted to do. Okay, let's prioritize this. Almost never use a single factory. Yeah, that's a good idea. We should, what do we have here? Oh, wow, this, did that, oh, no, that wasn't rocks.
Nice.
Okay, if we set up another factory over here, and then we can combine them. You know, I think things are almost moving. What's the favorite thing that you got to work on in the game?
Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot of things I really enjoyed working on. Stuff like I mentioned, like writing trash talk for the Rebels was like a huge amount of fun, and there's a lot of them for a reason, and it's because they're really enjoyable. But I think I really, I think working on new characters has been really exciting. Writing on the codex was a lot of fun just because, I could put in just a huge injection of like lore or tidbits that like don't really fit elsewhere in the game. Hard to like, talk about this technology that was stolen from a different corporation that fell like 10 years ago. And that's the reason they have like, the technology to have, say, the mines that they do on Titan. It's just like there's no space for that in the kind of actual play of the game, but the codex lets me like run a bit wild.
Nice. I guess like even in that same vein, is there any part that seemed like particularly challenging or some character that was like hard to write for?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard to come up with interesting lore for certain things. Stuff like the industrial fan is actually Tina's because, I was struggling to come up with something interesting to say about it lore-wise. I also mentioned earlier on the stream, like, Sharo Hess is definitely one of the most challenging characters to write for me just because they're so, like, subtle in their characterization. It's an interesting challenge.
I'm surprised that a large industrial fan building isn't. You'd think that would be really just teeming with lore.
I know that there would be something funny and irreverent to say in just a short space, like so easy. I do like having to like really. It's funny how long sometimes it takes me to come up with stuff. It feels like I shouldn't be allowed to spend like a few hours trying to think about an industrial fan.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's got to.
Yeah. apparently.
Okay, processing, construct. Dang. Wow. Dismantle. Okay, we don't need someone dismantling now. So let's push the devices, constructing up. Ooh, nice. We're almost gonna be able to unlock a new building. And I can, like, once this is almost gone, we can even
Yay.
build a fuel turbine all the way over here beside this one sinkhole.
Easy.
And then nice. We can upgrade this while we're at it. Do we have nice? And we have higher tier minerals. Oh wait, that's the wrong button. I meant to connect. Connect. Oh, it's because there's stuff here that isn't built yet. Okay, these dudes are helping out in building. Our fuel is running low. However, once we get this going, then it won't be. Yeah, I guess another thing that makes this so difficult is without, like with the resources being so far away from each other. Even if I were to try to set up a transport hub, which I was thinking of doing, it's just like it'll take so long. Or like I would need so many resources to build to build my roads, like all the way from where I have this, like all the way from here, all the way over to here, and where the mines are.
Yeah, each road is like 20 minerals.
Yikes, we gotta do this too. Okay, dismantle building. We don't need that, but we do need some people on cleaning waste, so let's push. Processing, we're mostly okay for now. We're kind of okay, so let's like push that down. Processing, we want construct higher for sure. So construct first, then clean up, then processing. I probably need to move resources too, so let's push that up here. Move resources. Yeah, no repairs, so it's all good. Yeah, a lot of people, once you get the fan.
Ask, like,
oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good. I want to hear Tina's question.
Tina's question is, what do you think is the most exciting / interesting about Titan as a game in the sci-fi genre? Which is a very big question that I'm going to have to think about. But I would love to hear you two's thoughts on that question as well.
One thing I think is really interesting is that you get to basically play as almost like an evil way. Yeah, I think that's the most interesting part. Like a lot of times you're the hero, you're fighting against the what effectively would be the council, but here like we're on that side, and the rebels, who probably would be the good guys in most stories, that's who you're fighting against.
I definitely think that's an interesting part of the game is System Chalk says it's not evil, it's efficient. But yeah, I do think that's a lot of fun. Is the different in perspective. That's definitely one of the most like interesting parts of writing Titan, is just like having to reframe everything away from the player being the hero.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm more interested in like if other factions do come along, like the interest in just other reasons to be here, other ways to try to survive. Because I know for me personally, this feels like a very like low amount of hope of like the setting we've created, and some of that is on purpose to really show the like, you know, the critique and almost like this comical, like this is how far the stuff can go when you're you know, you don't even care enough that you're just going to turn your workers into zombies just to do your, you know, capitalistic things. Like these things are relative to real life, with people working in conditions like this and whatnot. But I always find it helpful and fun to be able to really push an amount of like hope and like, well, there's, you know, even if right now things are like this, what can we do to change that? So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so how about you, Lulu?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with both of you. I think also, not so much in video games, but certainly like movies and stuff, cyberpunk has become more of an aesthetic than it has been the kind of political genre it was in fiction for a long time. And I feel like Titan goes back to those kinds of like Neuromancer kind of roots of being about how bad a cyberpunk civilization, like the kind of degradation and the difficulties of living in that kind of sci-fi universe.
Oh, I forgot a bridge. Whoops. Let's put one here. Yeah. People always are like looking for, like, oh yeah, it's so cool to, and it is kind of cool to look at the cool stuff, to look at the visuals, the neon lights and all of those. But then at the same time, there's a darkness underneath the aesthetic.
Yeah, and you're actually having to like enact that darkness and bring that darkness about, which is
Yeah, and we're not like
terrible. But...
we're not being subtle about it.
No.
Yeah, we're not like trying to glorify it or anything. We're showing you like this is, this is what you're being asked to do, and now you have to deal with that.
Exactly.
Okay, I think it makes sense to get population, residential. It's time to try to get more people here.
Look at your energy grid. It's doing so well.
Yeah, after I finally built this fuel turbine all the way over here.
Can't believe you don't. Yeah, that you don't use silos. That's stressing me out so much.
Well, we're on Zen mode, so it's not like we're gonna get attacked.
That's true. Yeah, it's been really interesting this week of watching just people play, even not us, but watching other streams and trying to like see what people are doing and just seeing how people work differently. And then also when I've been able to play is I am always interested each time that I play where I can't use like developer codes to be able to like give myself the things that I need, and just seeing, okay, now I actually have to engage with these systems that are really like nicely put together, nicely designed to try to process my minerals and complete these tasks that I have in front of me.
I'm guessing you must always play with like dev tools.
Yeah,
videos.
Yeah. So when I'm doing like update videos and the dev walkthrough and stuff like that, I'm definitely using a lot of the code just so I can get like a larger city, one that's not just factories, things like that. Or if we're trying to, a lot of the more recent updates for things like Pop Sim or a lot of the ship stuff. And the ships, I kind of have to blow through a bunch of stuff to be able to just make a shipyard, get some ships, fly around and shoot stuff, and get that good footage.
Okay. I'm trying to save up so I can build a residential building and get a lot more folks so they can come to our lovely rocky city.
Yeah, I do and like the tiers of this game are nice. Of the like, you kind of have factories, you kind of have piecemeal stuff. You're working mostly off of the small devices, and then as you build and unlock more things, it kind of turns that internal gameplay of factories into the external larger buildings that kind of do all the stuff but at greater amounts.
Oh, this isn't on the grid. That's why.
It's definitely.
Whoops. Like, wait, why is this not doing anything? Okay, let's see. Where do I want to get it on the grid? Power. Sorry, you continue. I'm not playing optimally.
What were you saying there, Lulu?
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was suddenly very concerned for this lack of. No, that's fine. Oh, I think I was gonna say like it's interesting because like I tend to be much more of a building person, but I like the early game forces me to be a devices person. Um, Especially whenever we get like new processors and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that I'm super excited about. We've talked about it on past dev streams that specific devices are like right now we know that if you come up with a good layout, then you can kind of like you want to copy it. So firstly, they have blueprint mode or something that'll let you copy some sort of design. That's definitely a priority. But beyond that, to improve replayability and to just add a little bit of variance in the game is there are designs that when you salvage ruins or perhaps in a texture like there'll be some sort of ways that you can discover new shapes of devices. So for example, like we all know that the L2 processor is always like this shape with the 4x2, and these modules are all the 3x2, but the visual they've been visually designed so that they can be almost modular, where like you could take off this section or like cut this section in half, and then now you have like a like 1, 2, 3, and then 2 on this one, and then that lets you completely change the designs of your factories. Yeah, I think, and a little bit of that might be almost like a roguelike, where in each run you might find a different design, and then adds, yeah, just to add a lot of replayability.
Yeah, and a lot of those things that wanting to add, like the inert ruins, and even the research tree, the tech tree, is kind of planned to be a bit like procedural, that it'll be kind of different each time of different ways, and you can kind of see, okay, well, these are the researches that I can do, and these are the like modules that I have. Which ways do I want to focus this city? Do I want to focus on like residents heavily, or like which ways can I optimize my city best in this different run of the game?
Yeah, the tech tree is going to really change so much. Very excited.
Yeah, and we definitely know that a lot of people feel that they just want more in the game, just like more different things to do and different things to see. So yeah, that's what we're trying to deliver on over the next while. That's why we're in early access. The game is not close to like there's so many ideas that we could try to work on and implement, and yeah, just need more time to put it all together.
Yeah, and there's also been a lot of the updates in the past of in some ways been things that we've planned the whole time, but then also been kind of like community outreach of like, hey, this would make it so much better, or this is a different idea of things that people bring up on our Discord or on different forums. And we're always like interested in seeing and thinking about those, because there can always be ideas that are easier to implement that we didn't think about, that could end up coming into an update, or even something that's just like a quality of life kind of thing that just makes it a little bit easier to play.
All the updates from the past, I think someone came up with a really good video showcasing them, didn't they?
Someone might have. I don't know who would have done that.
Yeah, don't know. Maybe someone on the stream.
It's probably Marlon.
It's definitely Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu. Yeah, we traded. That's why Lulu can't talk about Alexa's background, because actually I was the one that wrote it on that day that we switched when you did the video.
Yeah. With my amazing video editing skills, I'm real well known for it. One of my favorite tech names you came up with on the tech tree, we actually haven't finalized any names yet. It's the naming stuff is definitely the thing that takes longest, just because like it's difficult. You have to come up with like conventions, and it's just the worst. There's nothing like more satisfying than when you have named something and you feel good about the name, but like getting to that point takes so long. Um, and yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping we'll be able to sneak some like puns in. I'm definitely not like the strongest pun master BYG, even.
Yeah,
All.
some of the folks are
It's definitely a team effort.
Yeah, and some of our team are like crazy good at puns.
This will help get us some more employees. I gotta make sure I can provide power to all of those though.
And I guess, Lulu, I don't know if you've talked about this earlier in the stream, but there's been lots of talk about naming things being difficult sometimes or an annoyance. And what goes into naming things, even in Titan and even beyond, in like something like Phantom Brigade, where you're trying to name different local areas and stuff?
Yeah, so yeah, it depends on what we're naming. If we're like naming something brand new, for Titan, I came up with like a spreadsheet that just has like a ton of first and last names that are like vaguely suited to our world, because none of them are meant to be like that close to our own names or want to twist on them a little bit, except for people who are named after staff members, obviously. So a lot of that is just kind of sitting down and sketching out kind of mouth sounds that sound right. It's kind of hard to hard to describe, but there's a lot of me sitting at my desk. I'm kind of glad that we're not in the office, so nobody has to hear me just like making noises and trying to see which ones sound like the correct noises. For something like Phantom Brigade, looking at kind of Scandinavian named places and like words that are kind of similar, and vowel and consonant sounds that come up a lot in the language, and trying to work through that. So it kind of depends. Definitely like to go through like feedback with the team leads as well, because they tend to have pretty strong ideas of naming conventions or how things should be named, which is always useful. I love getting team feedback for stuff like names, because people like names come from the strangest of places sometimes.
Neat.
Yeah, it's really nice actually, like working with Tina at the moment as having another person to like brainstorm names with.
Yeah, especially like, I guess even for some things, if you're doing like an industrial fan or talking about maybe like a company that has created these things, like, or are you kind of trying to reference real companies in the world and just seeing like different names of companies in different spaces that might make sense or something, or
generally to avoid too obviously referencing real world companies. Like we're not going to have like Spamazon.
but we could.
Next company name. But sometimes I'll try and throw in like little science fiction references where I can. I'm trying to think if I actually have got any in Titan, or if I've gone back and edited them out afterwards, because I'm like, no, that's too obvious. Because I definitely had something named like Deckard at some point, but I imagine I've changed that at this point. I think that one's too obvious. But like one of the descriptions of one of the Phantom Brigade provinces has like a very, both an obscure reference and like obscurely made to like one of my favorite Norwegian books, Hunger. So yeah, where I can like squeeze in tiny references, I try to. Might be like a Crash reference somewhere as well, like the book by J.J. Ballard in Titan somewhere.
Not Crash Bandicoot, no.
No Crash Bandicoot, and also not the award-winning film. There is a film of Crash the novel, but it's not one that won any awards. Yeah, so it's a weird one. But,
Yeah.
so yeah. Things after authors is sometimes fun, or characters.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll probably close down in the next few minutes. And if you've got any other things you want to ask our writer Lulu, then yeah, let us know.
Oh yeah, as a warning, Crash by J.G. Ballard is not like a super fun. It has some disturbing elements to it. I don't. Just be warned if you ever decide to read it. It is very good.
Let's get those book recommendations, Lulu, for Lulu's book club.
Oh, God, I would love to force people to read the books I love.
Yeah, I feel like we'd have more to talk about, probably. I always feel bad when you're trying to talk about some book, and I'm like, "Yep, I have no idea what you're talking about."
It's okay, as long as like you're very generous about letting me ramble about books that you haven't read, at least.
Oh,
and that's all I
sure.
really want is to talk about books, whether the person has read them or not. I just want to like share my joy and love of them.
Yeah, stories are good. I like stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like science fiction is a great genre.
I know there's always like too much to, there's not enough time in the world to get all the stories. So I like when I can talk to other people who can summarize them in smart ways and give me all the sweet deets.
Unless you're like Nikita and you listen to audiobooks at 3x speed.
We can't talk about this. It makes me so angry. I can't. I have expressed my displeasure to Nikita before about the speed. I listen at 2x, and like that is like my limit. 3x, you were definitely, I don't know, not taking everything in.
Yeah, I definitely listen to them at 1x because I'm a baby. Or I'm usually multitasking. Yeah, I'm usually like doing multiple things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I couldn't just sit there and listen to a book. I'd have to kind of do other things to keep myself awake.
That's why I like do chores and also have like a waterproof speaker, so there's like no dead time. Like I'm always reading.
Yeah, Nikita's so optimal. I bet he could do other things and listen at 3x.
Oh my God.
I
could do that too.
How much
it's-
taking in?
I can do it.
I think he focuses when he
BYG.
listens at 3x.
I hope so. A BYG book club though, where I can just everyone read terrible books would be great.
Lulu assigns homework.
I bet-
Everyone has to read the list.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm sure people would be interested in a book club. I might not be one of them, but I'm sure
Someone would be
if
interested.
it's an audiobook I'd be interested in.
Yeah, just push me into doing it. It'll just be me. It's fine. As long as there's a mirror in the room I can talk to, it will be fine.
Oh no! I'll show up. See, I like in school sometimes you don't have the time to read all of the things that you need to, but when you come in the next day and you get to hear the nice summary, and then you remember that, I would come to that book club meeting just to listen to how cool the book I didn't read was.
If we could have just space for me to give book reports, that sounds great. That's what I think.
We'll keep a space on the fridge for you to put up a monthly book report.
Yep. Little magnet. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it keeps on getting smaller and smaller effort from everyone else until the point where it's just one post in
nobody will
Slack.
even listen to me. It's just fine.
That's okay. I'm sure at least one person would come to the book club.
I hope I can snare it. There's a few heavy readers at BYG.
Yeah, for sure. But could you ever have book club with Nikita though, after he's only listened to 1/3 of the book because it was at 3x speed? That's the real
I
question.
think I would have to quiz him on how much he had retained. I know when we discussed it last, he told me he just didn't think that most of the details in books were important, and that hurt my soul in ways that I'm still recovering from.
Oh man, that's like we should just. Nikita's our game designer on Phantom Brigade, and you just have to say that like whenever you play, you just turn on clipping, so that like or something like you just walk through the walls of every level despite the perfectly placed bushes or whatever. Yeah, because the level design can't be that important. Sorry, getting spicy on Steam.
It's all right. He has to implement my narrative events, so I just torture him with that. And
There you go.
It's fine. Just like overly baroque narrative events that he doesn't enjoy. That's great. I'm pretty sure he's just torturing me. I hope. That's what.
It's a mutual relationship, yeah.
Yeah. Small torture. It's good stuff. Oh no, System Chalk agrees with Nikita. We can't have this! Don't allow it. You a big reader, Jared?
A little bit into audiobooks, but definitely not a big reader. No. That was the question I was dreading, so that I could I would have to tell all these viewers that I'm uncultured.
I'm sorry.
A plebeian.
Audiobooks are books. What's wrong with that?
Well, not too many of them though, so yeah, still a plebeian.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, let's see. Almost at eight tier 3 minerals, and then we can set up another energy plant because we're super short on energy.
Oh yeah, you're quite in the red there.
Yeah. Come on, just one more. Please. Where is this one process? Oh, there it is. Okay. Energy plant. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter where we put the energy plants, but perhaps I could put it beside our other one. Let's just prioritize this guy, put the energy plant beside it, and then, yeah. Yeah, well, we didn't get too far because we were really struggling to figure out how to interact with all these rocks. So many rocks, but at least the city works now.
Really well.
Yeah, the city works now.
What you've done.
Yeah, you pulled things together. It is hard though, like having played on Beach Hell, like it changes things a lot when it kind of slows you down. You're trying to work on a much more difficult level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you've gone through a first run through and you're like, want a bit more of a challenge, then yeah, would recommend. Especially if you're gonna do this on like one of these more difficult maps on not Zen mode, that would be a challenge. Like yeah, I would have already lost if this was on not Zen mode and the rebels had attacked. No way I would have survived. Yeah.
I've gotten yourself a little power up, I guess, but yeah, it would be difficult.
Yeah. I just want to finish building this energy plant so that we're not in the red, and then we can close off the stream. Let's see. And yeah, something like a conversion center or an office would be really neat, but our resources are not allowing us to go all the way there.
You got your workers are leg day is a constant.
Yeah. We don't believe in road and vehicle infrastructure here at a Trash Panda.
Solar is
LLC.
somewhere just crying.
Yeah, he's still telling us.
Founder, it looks like you still haven't built a
Please, Founder, please.
It's the best option.
No. We're taking our time. Our employees are going to be they're going to be very fit because they have to walk everywhere. And they don't even get to sleep. What a great workout.
Look at them ambling along. The animation is so cute.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't zoom in more because the just it's like from the art perspective, we want to keep it like the voxels definitely look a lot better when you can see them from a bit farther away. But yeah, okay, let's close off. All right, we're in the green. Look at that. We're in the green. I don't need any
Yay!
extra
Success.
fuel or extra energy. We don't need to store it. We just need to be in the green. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Sorry for the troubles partway through, and we will see you next time. Tomorrow, we will have some other new people because we always have new people each day at 1 p.m. Pacific, or I guess tomorrow's our last day of our first week of streams. But in the future, you can check us out on Mondays at the same time. And also, if you want to keep on talking to us, join our Discord, which is discord.gg/brace yourself games. You can talk about Industries of Titan, Encrypted the Necrodancer, Cadence of Hyrule, or Phantom Brigade, or you can go to the Industries of Titan subreddit, which is r/Industries of Titan. Yes. So, perfect timing because the computer just turned off. But yeah, we'll see everyone soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. You can hit the stop streaming.
Okay.